Hello and welcome to another anime lore and theory video. I'm Shergok, your host, and today we are going to take a closer look at how Linia and Pursena had realized that parts of Rudy could come straight to the point once again. But before we're going to take a closer look at any of this, let me quickly thank my Patreons for supporting this channel, and say my thanks to all users of the YouTube thanks function for making one-time donations. And with that said, let's take a look at the topic at hand. The banana is no longer bent and limb. The cannon barrel has been straightened and is ready to fire again. The noodle is no longer al dente, but steel hard. The short spear can once again become a long spear. Or, to put it in Monster Hunter terms, the gun lance is firing again. And yes, I know Rudy's good mood hasn't gone unnoticed by people, even without Rudy saying a word. Let's be honest, a glance is enough. Linia and Pursena knew that Rudy was back to being himself. But the knowledge about Rudy's cannon being resupplied and ready to fire once again that Linia and Pursena acquired actually comes from the fact that all beast folk, not just Linia and Pursena, can actually recognize the smell of all humanoids in heat. This is extremely important during the mating season of the beast folk, and basically an adaptation to life in the forest, where visibility is limited, thanks to the trees, and smell therefore plays a far greater role, since it reaches farther and is not obscured by the trees. And in Linia's and Pursena's culture, it is also important to be able to prove one's strength, by either defeating the leader of the pack, where one's crush currently is part of, or being the leader oneself. And after Rudy's victory over Linia and Pursena in the first half of the second season of Mushoku Tensei, they actually accepted him as their very own leader. Rudy also defended Linia and Pursena when all of the other beast folk were on campus, fending off challengers for Linia and Pursena left and right, as the princesses of the D-Doldia and the A-Doldia families were naturally coveted. So in their culture, Rudy has fulfilled all of the prerequisites for mating multiple times, and that's why both Linia and Pursena were naturally a bit concerned about Rudy's recent reawakening. But Rudy has nothing of the sort in mind, because he loves Sylviette, and Sylviette alone, and is of course faithful to her. And besides, Rudy's noodle problems were an indicator that he was completely mentally broken and had great self-doubt, after being abandoned by Ares, seemingly because according to his own interpretation of Ares' letter, he wasn't good enough for her. He felt completely worthless, and was sometimes even censorship-sidal. The whole thing really got to him, and now that Sylviette has shown him that he is indeed loved, he is feeling better. And at this point I like to give praise to Mushoku Tensei for taking the whole noodle issue serious in both the anime and the novel, and not turning it into some kind of running gag for half a season, but rather addressing such problems seriously and illustrating them with all of their consequences and their censorship problems. Rudy was censored, press censored as if, and very sad, eaten up by self-doubt, and he was listless and had both one active and one passive censorship attempt behind him. And the action in Mushoku Tensei was mostly paused for half a season or several books to take the time to completely address this issue with all of its consequences and censorship problems, without using Rudy's condition as a cheap material for one joke after another at Rudy's expense, like I'm doing right now. And I really commend the story and the anime and the novel for this. And yes, I'm aware of the irony that I can't openly talk about any of this and have to make one joke after another to lighten the seriousness and to disguise it, because the YouTube algorithm doesn't like the term censorship side attempt, and it seems to be punished when you openly address such things, even though things like what we might call, to make it YouTube friendly, mental distress rising across the board and affecting an ever larger part of our own society, and such important issues should actually be openly discussed with the correct corresponding terms. But well, if it's censored and buried by the YouTube algorithm or by TikTok or Instagram's algorithm and co, it seems these things no longer matter. Out of sight, out of mind, as they say. So what I actually wanted to say is, even behind such small, rather funny scenes in Mushoku Tensei, there's a lot of background information, a deep narrative going on, and lots of world building. And of course an overarching plot that ties all of this into a much larger and more detailed story. And now it's your turn. What do you think of Rudy's Sylphie-induced trunk straightening? Let me know it down in the comment section. And with that said, I'll say thank you very much for watching and have a nice day. Other daddy other, ASK, Bad Guy Ye, Bad Burrito 316, Beezer, Ben C, Brandon D, Chrissy, Crowley 0221, Sia, Crystal Prime, Dead Slime, Death is Mercy, Deathless Dragonlord, Demon Xenomorph 1987, Devin Downen, Ding Dong, Dragonlord Placido Saxophone, Duckwagon, Dunkler Krieger, Dystopia, Dystopia II, Enigmatic Unicorn, Feral Shivan, Guy with That Head, Hector Marino, Hoss, Huster, Jacob G, Jana B, Jason, J. Morris, Chromius, Kyle R, Lee K. Long, Legendarius, Lelouch Britannia with a Mustache, Lexus Fox, Lord Nishikian Rai, Lord Touch Me, Love Razor, Merovec, Mr. Shoes, Mr. Tweaker, Michael R, Michael Y, Nope, Oh Hell No, Normal Toad, O'Kill, Overlord General Gasper, Paddy Pantom, Personage, Primus 11, Rhinomere, Kyone Karakos P, Shergox's Daddy, Shadow Lightning Wolf, Shrine Keeper, Sir Axolotl, Super Tier Magic Batista Bomb, Supreme Cheese, Staris, Ted, Texas Deer, The Orc Warboss, Rock Ed Smasher, T.E. Wang, Vash Hawkeye, Vegito 27, Venture Fanatic, Wilhelm, Zenukai, and Zonagon. Thanks guys. Anyway, have a nice day, and I hope to see you all again soon on my next video.